Wait, is that really the name of Logan's fiancé? Logan, who's 8 years younger than me, is getting married. My parents and I are all ears. We ask who the lucky person is, and it turns out she's 4 years younger than Logan, and her name is Lilith. Lilith's parents like unique names. Her brother is even named Lucifer. Logan nonchalantly shares. My parents and I exchanged glances. We knew there were people with quirky names out there, but we can help but feel it's not quite our style. I'm Mila, a 45-year-old single woman with a perfectly average name, working an average office job. Sure, I used to find unusual names fascinating when I was younger, but now, when I'm making lists at work, a name that doesn't autocomplete is just an inconvenience. Well, interesting. Anyway, congratulations, I offer. My mom and dad follow suit. After some talk about Logan, my dad clears his throat.
So, Mila, no plans to get married? Met anyone interesting?
Unfortunately, good opportunities are hard to find, I reply, quickly exiting the living room. Mom lets out an exaggerated sigh while Logan takes out his phone, seemingly uninterested. Years ago, my dad would say,
I won't let you marry as long as I'm alive.
Now, he's more eager for me to marry than my mom is. But I have no intention of getting married. I've had boyfriends, but life is good as it is. I'm content with being single. Fast forward a few months. Inspired by Logan's marriage, I decided to live alone. My overprotective dad used to insist,
A girl must go to a college close to home.
so I stay with my parents even after graduation, but the timing feels right now. This time, Dad didn't say a word, so instead of renting, I bought a condo. It's a trendy place, with a resident manager and lots of shared amenities and emergency services. My mom was like, You're getting ahead of yourself. But she didn't object. My mom probably knew before my dad did that I wasn't planning on getting married. Even so, when I saw Logan's wedding, I thought, they look happy. Maybe that could have been a nice life for me too. 6 months after their wedding, Logan and his wife announced,
We had a baby girl.
Turns out, they were already expecting during their wedding. My parents were thrilled about their first grandchild, and Logan was instantly smitten with his daughter.
He's the cutest thing ever.
He would text me, sending the same looking baby pictures over and over on my WhatsApp. I've never received this many messages from Logan before. But seeing my parents and Logan so happy, I felt genuinely joyful too. In a way, Logan had done something for our parents that I couldn't, and that touched me deeply. I can't quite put it into words, but realizing that a new life, not previously in existence, was now being celebrated by everyone in our family was overwhelming. Babies are truly precious, little bundles of hope. Inspired by these feelings, I decided to splurge a little on a baby gift. 3 days after the baby was born, I took a paid day off to visit the maternity hospital. Many of my friends are single, so I didn't really know the etiquette for the kind of visit. I looked it up online and found that the 3rd or 4th day is usually good, so I followed that advice. I had also informed Logan about my planned visit. Congratulations on the birth, I said, handing a baby gift and some low-calorie jelly treats to Lilith with a smile. I had waited in a long line at a famous store that morning just to get that jelly. The internet suggested that light, low-calorie items make the best gifts for new moms. However, Lilith started checking the contents of the baby gift without even saying thank you. She then said, without even looking at me, Is this gift perishable? If so, please put it in the fridge. I was stunned by her attitude. Logan was out of the room, having been called away by a nurse. It was just me, Lilith, and the baby in the private hospital room. This was the first time I had met Lilith without Logan around. After checking the baby gift, Lilith carelessly tossed it onto a side table. Not only did she not thank me, but she also inspected the gift right in front of me and then treated it so thoughtlessly. I felt put off by her terrible manners. She's 12 years younger than me, and we just don't see eye to eye on basic things. Even the new hires at work, they sometimes act so young it catches me off guard. I force myself to shake it off and change the subject. "Oh, what a cute baby! Have you picked out a name yet?" With a bright tone, I reach out to touch the newborn's tiny fingers. Then, out of nowhere, Lilith yelled, "Don't touch my child with your dirty hands!" I immediately pulled back my hand, startled. "You know, I did wash and sanitize my hands before entering the room." I was angry about the dirty hands comment, but I replied as calmly as I could. I'd read online that new moms could be irritable due to hormone imbalances and get overly protective. Lilith sneered. "You're just a single woman who couldn't get married, Mila. You're giving all these gifts so we'll take care of you in your old age, aren't you?" Excuse me? I was taken aback. I couldn't even grasp what she was saying, but my anger was starting to boil. "I simply gave a baby gift. Why are you accusing me of such things?" "It's obvious. That's your ulterior motive, Mila. I knew it." "Why are you deciding what my motives are?" Her paranoia was getting out of hand. I was beyond angry. I was astounded. I guess my face showed a mix of anger and bewilderment. Lilith snapped at me. "That look on your face says I hit the nail on the head. Don't you dare rely on our family for your later years, Mila." "Fine by me. Just don't expect any family interactions from me going forward." I quickly left the room. The initial gut feeling I had when I heard her name, that she and I wouldn't get along, turned out to be right. Shortly after, Logan sent me a WhatsApp message like he was unaware of what had just happened between Lilith and me.
Thanks for the gift. Why did you leave?
I spilled everything to Logan. He texted back almost immediately.
I'll check with her.
After waiting for about 10 minutes, Logan called me.
I'm sorry, Mila. I just talked to Lilith. She's probably on edge because she just gave birth. I apologize, especially because you made the effort to come.
I was taken aback by his urgency, but also relieved. If Logan had been in agreement with Lilith, it would have been heartbreaking. It seemed like it was Lilith acting on her own, but even after Logan's apology, I couldn't bring myself to forgive her. The joy and excitement I'd felt about the baby completely evaporated. Listen, Logan, I plan to take care of myself in my old age. I have no intention of being a burden to you, your wife, or your baby. I don't appreciate being judged like that. I don't need any gifts in return for the baby present, so I'll be keeping my distance from Lilith. With that, I decided to cut ties with Lilith to protect my pride and peace of mind. About a year of calm followed. Although I was estranged from Logan and his family, my relationship with my parents remained unaffected. I enjoyed holidays and Christmas at my parents' home, making sure my visits didn't overlap with Logan's family. At first, my parents suggested, Mila, you're the older sister. Don't be so stubborn. Lilith just gave birth. Maybe she's just a bit emotional. Why not forgive her? But I firmly declined. Even considering her postpartum condition, Lilith was too disrespectful. Well, you're certainly stubborn like someone I knew. My mom sighed. But I wasn't going to budge. Apparently, Logan and Lilith had another baby boy. But of course, no congratulations came from me. For some reason, Lilith persistently told Logan and my parents to accept a baby gift from me. Something's wrong with her. After this baby gift incident, my mother started complaining.
Grandkids are cute, but Lilith is becoming a problem.
I got curious and asked what happened. What my mom revealed was shocking. My parents had always indulged Lilith because of their love for their grandchildren. They happily agreed whenever asked to babysit. Naturally, the kids had become attached to them. One day, my dad had played a little tapping game with my niece. She's just 2 years old, so it's really just child's play. While my parents and Logan were thrilled, only Lilith seemed to be angry. She screamed at my parents.
What are you making my child do?
Both my parents and Logan were taken aback. Lilith went on.
Are you insane? Making a child work? You're not expecting her to take care of you when you're old, are you? We'll never live together and we'll take care of ourselves in our old age.
My mom was too stunned to speak, and my dad was furious.
The nerve of her!
Lilith retorted.
If you're angry, it means you were actually thinking that.
What did Logan say? I asked.
They had a huge fight about what she said.
My mom let out a deep sigh. After that, the relationship between my parents and Lilith deteriorated rapidly.
It's not just us. It seems Logan and Lilith are not getting along either.
Mom once confided in me that Lilith is extremely self-centered and prone to victim mentality. She never thinks she's wrong. It's always someone else's fault, so she never apologizes. Not just with her parents, but with relatives, her husband's friends, and neighbors. She's constantly causing problems. Apparently, Logan has been running around making apologies on her behalf. Although we're estranged, I've been worried about Logan. Then 6 months later, disaster struck. Logan collapsed at work. The direct cause was a stomach ulcer, but there's no doubt in my mind that Lilith's toxic behavior played a role. Lately, it seems she's been directing her verbal abuse at Logan instead of people around her. She's mad because she can't get money from my parents anymore, even if it's for their grandchild. So she complains that Logan's income is not enough. Though she chooses not to work herself, she rages at Logan to work nights and calls him
worthless.
What's more, she's been bad-mouthing Logan to their kids, encouraging them to ignore or demean him. It's more than loving Logan can take. After he was discharged from the hospital, he temporarily moved back into his parents' home. He says he can't go on like this and is planning to divorce her. I visited Logan at her family home and unfortunately ran into Lilith. The moment she saw me, she shouted,
Why are you here? We're strange, aren't we? The family inheritance is mine. Also, give me the baby gift from my son now.
I'm not sure what inheritance you're talking about. Our parents are still alive. I've only cut ties with you, not them. Why would I need to give a baby gift? I was, as ever, infuriated by Lilith. Let me be clear. If you're divorcing Logan, you can forget about any family inheritance. Upon hearing this, Lilith confidently retorted,
Well, it's a pity, especially after I've given birth to 2 kids. No worries. I get plenty of alimony and child support from Logan, enough to force the sale of this house.
Don't joke. If anything, you'll be the one paying Logan, not the other way around.
Why would I?
Who do you think is responsible for Logan's stomach ulcer? It's because you keep causing trouble and stress him out with your verbal abuse, isn't it? Why do you always assume the worst in people? You've taken money and helped my parents, but you refuse to lift a finger yourself. Isn't it family supposed to help each other out? Aren't you just using my dear family as tools for your own gain? I scold Lilith. Just as Lilith tries to talk back, A sturdy man walks in with my parents and says,
Hey, Lilith, knock it off!
pulling her away.
Oh, big brother!
Turns out it's Lilith's older brother. His name is definitely Lucifer. I remember because the name is so unique. Logan emerges from the room.
I called him over. Thanks for coming, Lucifer.
I had assumed Lucifer would be just like Lilith, no offense. But shockingly, Lucifer is quite sensible. Though he shares parents with Lilith, it seems he's a straight-laced and honest police officer, shaped by choosing not to follow their bad examples. This is my first time meeting him. He couldn't make it to their wedding due to a last-minute emergency. Logan had some acquaintance with him and got advice about the divorce. Lucifer says,
I'm really sorry. Our parents spoiled her. I'll take responsibility for her.
And he takes a shrieking Lilith away. I'm stunned by the rapid turn of events, but my parents wave goodbye to Lilith with smiles on their faces. Later, Logan used a recording of Lilith's verbal abuse as evidence to claim compensation in the divorce trial. With Lucifer's help, Logan managed to divorce smoothly. Logan got custody of the kids, and my parents also agreed to help raise them. Nieces and nephews are just too adorable. Honestly, it's a relief that Logan got away from Lilith.